Hello magical world explorers, and welcome back to another magical deep dive into the oceans. Today we are going to meet all kinds of sea animals, from the largest ever to have lived on Earth to some of the smallest sea creatures. We are going to meet some of the scariest sea predators and also some of the friendliest sea creatures. Are you ready, explorers? Okay gang, take a deep breath, because we are diving to the depths of the ocean with some cool killer whale facts. Killer whales, also called orcas, hunt everything from fish to walruses, seals, sea lions, penguins, squid, sea turtles, sharks, and even other kinds of whales are all on their menu. Depending on the season and where they are, the diet varies. Some eat plenty of fish and squid, others feast mostly on seals and penguins. But wherever they are in any of the world's oceans, average-sized killer whales may eat about 227 kilograms of food a day. These mega marine mammals have many hunting techniques, and bumping seals off ice is just one of them. Often referred to as wolves of the sea, killer whales live and hunt together in pods, or family groups, much like a pack of wolves. Working together as they hunt, groups of killer whales cooperate to herd fish into a compact area so that they are easier to gobble up. Did you know, killer whales have around 45 teeth, each around 7.6 centimeters long, which are shaped for ripping and tearing prey. Instead of chewing their food, they take one big gulp. And believe it or not, these brilliant beasts can swallow small seals and sea lions whole. Bigger prey is ripped into chunks before being eaten. Scientists believe the color pattern of killer whales may help them sneak up on and attack their prey. Their backs are black, and their stomachs are white. Animals looking down on this powerful predator from above, such as a seal on an ice floe, might not see it because the whale's dark back blends with the water below. On the other hand, the killer whale's white underside blends with the light streaming down into the sea from the surface, making it hard to spot from below. Such cool camouflage means prey like fish, penguins, and seals are likely to miss the danger heading their way. Crafty. Now, let's meet the gentle giants of the sea, the blue whale. Brace yourselves, explorers, as we take a deeper dive with our big blue whale facts. And by big, we in fact mean absolutely ginormous. Meet the largest animals to have ever lived on Earth. Blue whales can grow to over 30 meters long and weigh more than 130,000 kilograms. That's longer than 3 buses and heavier than 3 lorries. Pretty much everything about the blue whale is massive. Its tongue weighs as much as an elephant, its heart is the size of a car, and its blood vessels are so wide you could swim through them. These blue-gray giants have a long, streamlined body, a wide head, huge flippers, a powerful tail, and a small dorsal fin. Some individuals have a yellowy-colored underside, giving rise to the nickname sulfur bottom whales. Blue whales can be found in all of our planet's oceans, except the Arctic, usually swimming alone or in groups of 2 to 4. But in areas where there's lots of food available, as many as 60 whales may come together. Despite their humongous size, blue whales eat tiny shrimp-like crustaceans called krill. But they shift a fair few of these seafood snacks, up to 40 million each day, in fact. These marine marvels are a species of baleen whale. Instead of teeth, they have baleen, a fibrous material used to filter their food. When eating, the whale lets a huge volume of water and krill into its mouth. It then pushes the water through its 300 to 400 baleen plates, which trap the tasty grub to be swallowed. To communicate with each other, blue whales make a series of super loud vocal sounds. Their calls are the loudest of any creature on the planet, and can be heard underwater for hundreds of kilometers. These awesome aquatic animals follow a seasonal migration pattern. During the feeding season, they fill up on krill in cold polar waters. They then travel to warmer tropical waters to mate and give birth. At birth, blue whale calves measure around 8 meters long and weigh a massive 4,000 kilograms. They grow quickly too. For 7 to 8 months, these bulky babies suckle on their mother's rich fatty milk, and gain around 90 kilograms each day. Explorers, It's time to meet one of the ocean's most fascinating fish with our super cool seahorse facts. Seahorses are tiny fish that are named for the shape of their head, which looks like the head of a tiny horse. There are around 36 seahorse species, which are found in tropical and temperate coastal waters where they swim upright among seaweed and other plants. Seahorses' bodies are covered in tiny spiny plates, all the way from their head down to their curled, flexible tail. The tail can grasp objects, which comes in handy when these cool critters want to anchor themselves to vegetation. To move forward through the water, seahorses use their dorsal fin, back fin. To move up and down, they adjust the volume of air in a tiny pocket inside their body, called a swim bladder. The seahorse life cycle is one of the most fascinating nature has to offer. A female seahorse lays dozens, sometimes hundreds, of eggs in a pouch on the male seahorse's abdomen. Called a brood pouch, it's a bit like the pouch of a kangaroo, used for carrying young. Depending on the seahorse species, the eggs remain in the brood pouch for up to 45 days, until the eggs are ready to hatch. The new baby seahorses, each about the size of an M&M, find other baby seahorses and float together in small groups, clinging to each other using their tails. Cute. Unlike kangaroos, baby seahorses do not return to the pouch. These guys have it tough, and must find food and hide from predators as soon as they're born. A master of camouflage, these fab fish can be incredibly difficult to spot. Camouflage not only helps the seahorse avoid predators, such as crabs and other fish, it helps it to be a predator too. Feeding on small crustaceans, seahorses are super skilled ambush predators. Rather than chasing their food, they wait unnoticed, for prey to pass by. They then suck their unsuspecting victim through their tube-like mouth, before swallowing it whole. Where to next? Yes, green sea turtle. Please join us as we get the lowdown on one of our ocean's incredible reptiles with some great green sea turtle facts. Green sea turtles are one of the world's largest species of turtle, weighing around 65 to 130 kilograms and measuring between 1 to 1.2 meters long. They have a strong, teardrop-shaped shell, called a carapace, which covers most of their body, except for their head and flippers. Their carapace can include shades of different colors, including dark brown, green, olive, yellow and black. So, why are they called green sea turtles then? Well, these cool creatures are named for their layer of green fat that lies under their shell. Scientists believe this unusual quirky colored fat is the result of their veggie diet. Unlike most other sea turtles, the green sea turtle eats marine plants such as seaweed and seagrass. These top turtles can be found nesting along the coastline of more than 80 countries around the world, with the largest nesting populations found in Costa Rica and Australia. But they like to spend most of their lives underwater, where they can rest for up to 5 hours at a time before coming up to breathe. When feeding or traveling, they pop up to the surface every 3 to 5 minutes for a few seconds of air, before diving back down. Similar to other sea turtles, such as the leatherback and loggerhead, green sea turtles migrate long distances between their feeding grounds and their mating nesting sites, with recorded distances longer than 2,600 kilometers. Super strong swimmers, they propel through the water using their strong paddle-like flippers. And whilst these awesome animals like to cruise along at around 3 kilometers, if threatened they can reach speeds of up to 35 kilometers per hour. Adult green turtles breed by the beaches where they were born. Females usually travel thousands of miles from their feeding grounds back to their natal or hatching beach every 2 to 4 years, whereas males may make the journey annually. After mating in the shallow waters offshore, the female crawls onto the sandy beach, digs out a nest with her flippers and lays a clutch of about 115 eggs. She then covers the eggs with sand and returns to the sea. After about 2 months, the babies will use a special egg tooth to break their shells and hatch from their eggs. But when they do, the race is on, and they must immediately make a treacherous journey across the sand to the water, avoiding predators such as birds, crabs, wild dogs and lizards along the way. For decades these awesome aquatic animals have suffered due to hunting, over-harvesting of their eggs, loss of nesting beaches and pollution. Fishing also poses a danger too, with thousands of sea turtles accidentally caught in nets and other equipment every year. Today, green sea turtles are classified as an endangered species, and we need to do all we can to protect them. Brace yourselves, explorers. Take a deep breath as we dive deep to get the lowdown on one of the ocean's deadliest predators, in our Great White Shark Facts. Great white sharks can be found throughout the world's oceans, mostly in cool waters close to the coast. These super swimmers are the largest predatory fish that eat other fish or animals, on our planet. On average, they grow to around 4.6 meters long, but some great whites have been measured at 6 meters. That's half the length of a bus. Great white sharks are gray with a white underbelly, from where they get their name. They have a streamlined shape and powerful tails that propel them through the water at over 60 kilometers per hour. Any creature unlucky enough to find itself in the gob of a great white is in for a nasty shock. Because this marine beast's mouth is equipped with a set of 300 sharp triangular teeth arranged in up to 7 rows. Yikes! Let's take a closer look, if you dare. Whilst many think of these beasts as fearsome man-eaters, humans aren't on the great white's menu. There are around 5 to 10 attacks a year, but researchers believe that, rather than preying on humans to eat them, the sharks are instead taking a sample bite out of curiosity, before swimming off. So what do they eat? Well, when they're young, they feed on small prey, such as fish and rays. But when they're older and bigger, they generally feast on sea mammals such as sea lions, seals and small whales. Great white sharks have such a strong sense of smell that they can detect a colony of seals 2 miles away. And check this out. If there was only 1 drop of blood in 100 liters of water, a great white would smell it. These cunning creatures like to take their prey by surprise. They usually position themselves underneath their unsuspecting victims before swimming up and chomp. They often burst out of the water in a leap, called a breach, before falling back in with their meal in their mouths. When a great white gives birth, she usually has 2 to 10 youngsters, called pups. But she shows no care for her offspring. In fact, she may even try to eat them. Taking care of themselves, the newborn pups will immediately swim off into the ocean. Great white sharks are at the top of the food chain and aren't likely to be killed by other sea creatures. Sadly, however, they are under serious threat by human activity. Illegal hunting of these beautiful beasts, and overfishing, have meant that today great white sharks are a vulnerable species. For our final dive, we are going to learn fab facts about one seriously splash-tastic sea creature, in our bottlenose dolphin facts. Bottlenose dolphins are marine mammals that live in tropical and temperate oceans with mild temperatures, around the world. This includes the waters off the UK and Ireland, where you can spot them swimming and playing in bays and river estuaries. These beautiful creatures have a short, thick beak, as their name suggests, and a curved mouth, giving the appearance that they are always smiling. They are usually grey in color, and measure around 2 to 4 meters in length. Social creatures, bottlenose dolphins travel in groups, called pods, of around 10 to 15. In these groups they play and hunt together, as well as cooperate to raise young dolphin calves and help each other. Bottlenose dolphins are super swimmers, gliding through the water using their curved dorsal fin on their back, a powerful tail and pointed flippers. They can reach speeds over 30 kilometers an hour and dive as deep as 250 meters below the surface. These cool creatures are awesome acrobats too, and can be seen flipping, or breaching, out of the water. In fact, they can launch themselves up to 5 meters out of the water before crashing back down with a splash. There are different theories as to why they do this. It could be to get a better view of things in the distance, clean parasites off their bodies, communicate with other pods, or just for good fun. Although they live underwater, the bottlenose dolphin must come up to the surface for air. It breathes through what's called a blowhole, a hole at the top of its head. These clever creatures can open this hole when inhaling and exhaling out of the water and close it when below the ocean surface. They can hold their breath underwater for around 7 minutes. Bottlenose dolphins are kings of communication. They send each other messages in different ways. They squeak and whistle and also use body language, leaping out of the water, snapping their jaws and even butting heads. These magnificent mammals also produce high-pitched clicks to help them navigate and find food, a process called echolocation. When the clicking sounds hit an object in the water, such as a rock or fish, they bounce back to the dolphin as echoes. From this, the super swimmers can work out the location, size and shape of the object. Our finned friends are carnivores. They eat mostly fish, but will also eat crustaceans such as shrimp and squid too. Thankfully, bottlenose dolphins are not classed as endangered. However, illegal hunting, fishing nets and pollution pose threats to these incredible creatures. Explorers, thank you for joining us on this magical dive. We have come to the end of our deep dive for today, but don't worry, we haven't even scratched the surface yet. The oceans are massive and are homes to a lot of creatures. If you have enjoyed this dive, and don't want to miss the next one, don't forget to like and subscribe.